Welcome to Caskets and Cocktails, Memoirs of a Cemetery Dude. Get ready for a hilarious dive into the world of death care where cemetery industry veteran Mr. Danny and his daughter Katie will answer all those crazy questions you've been dying to ask. Go ahead and pour yourself a drink, pull up a rocking chair, and get ready for some laughs because we guarantee Caskets and Cocktails will be the last ones to let you down.
Hey guys, welcome to Caskets and Cocktails. I'm Katie Leverett.
I'm Danny Faulkner. I'm her daddy.
And we have been on a little bit of a summer hiatus, haven't we?
We took a break.
We took a little bit of a break.
Yeah, it's so stressful doing a podcast.
I think we just got busy during the summer. Did you do anything fun?
I got to work in the yard.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I like it.
You do? It's Georgia. It's like 900 degrees.
It's nice and warm.
I went on a couple of trips.
Yeah?
I went to a lot of swim meets.
Yeah?
So that's basically my summer.
Okay. Hot dogs and stuff at the swim meets?
Yeah, for sure.
That's good for you.
For sure. Yeah, I gained a little bit of weight. Don't judge.
I lost a little bit of weight working in the yard.
Well, one of the things that we want to make sure to let you guys know is we missed you.
Yes. You know what? I was at a wedding on St. Simon. And a lady came up to me and said, "Where the hell have you been?" I said, "Pardon me?" She said, "I've been listening to your podcast and I can't find it anywhere."
Oh my
I said,
gosh.
"We took a break. We're on vacation."
I know.
And she said, "Well, you should have told me." I said, "Well, I'm sorry. I apologize."
You should have told her to follow us on social media because we did post a little sign that said, "Hey, we'll be back. We're taking a little bit of a break."
Gone fishing?
Gone fishing, basically. Yeah. But we had the emails. They kept rolling in and rolling in.
Wow.
We got lots of voicemails. And we have had a few, not a few. We have a really big, exciting thing in the works.
Yes, we do.
And we're going to tell you guys at the end of the episode.
Oh, don't make me wait.
Then they have to listen.
Oh, I got you. Smart thinking.
Yeah. One of the things that I saw, I probably got, 6, 7, 8 emails asking about spooky scenarios in the cemetery, in the funeral home. They want to know if when you work late, you hear ooh, spooky stuff. I don't know. That was a big common theme. And so I think I'm blanketing probably 10, 15 emails that we got in, and they all wanted to know. And I want to know because actually that's the number one question people ask me. The moment they find out that I grew up in the death care industry, they're like, "Ooh, have you seen ghosts?" I'm like, "Not at the cemetery."
Yeah, right.
We've lived in a couple of haunted houses.
Dad brought a couple home with him from work.
And maybe they followed us. I don't know. But so tell us, Daddy, is there anything spooky that goes on in the cemetery, in the funeral home, at the crematory?
Well, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's spooky, but it makes you kind of scratch your head,
Oh, I like that.
Things that you see or hear or something, and you go, nah, that wasn't that. But like the cemetery I work at now, there's a section of the cemetery that you can sometimes, not every time, sometimes you can take a picture, and when you look at the picture, there's a little girl in it.
What?
Yeah. She's fuzzy.
Daddy, that's terrifying.
Yeah. It kind of makes you scratch your head. And she's not there, but then you take the picture, and she shows up in the picture. The picture is all in focus, but her, and she's blurry. She's kind of blurry, but you can tell.
Wait, so has this happened more than once?
Yes.
From people, just random people in the cemetery, and they're like, "Hey, here's the ghost girl. Look at this picture."
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
Anybody that works there?
No.
Just visitors, but
yes.
multiple visitors.
Several.
Different,
I don't know
different,
what-
like not related.
Yeah, I don't know what multiple means. But
I mean,
it's
more than
several,
one.
Several.
Yeah.
And they'll bring them up like freaking, going, look what I just did.
And you're like, oh yeah, that's
yeah.
little Susie.
Yeah. We don't know who she is, though. We don't know who she is.
That makes me sort of sad.
Yeah.
Also, now that I think about it, I let my kid go and play at that cemetery.
Maybe he played
I
with
thought
the
everything
little girl.
was fine there. You promised me there was no spooky stuff going on.
It must be the area, that part of the world, because there's a big cemetery across town, and they've got an older couple that occasionally, not all the time, but it will occasionally photobomb somebody.
Like a dead ghost couple?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. That somebody take a picture, and there they are. Hey.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
and you
crazy.
can't see it. Like, for instance, and I don't understand this, but it happens every day. When you have a burial and they bring down the flowers and they put all the flowers
Yeah.
in, there's somebody who wants to take a picture of the grave with all the flowers on it.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand that, but that's okay. It makes them feel good. And they take this picture, and then there's this old couple just hanging out,
oh my
looking
God,
at them.
what would you do? Would you not freak out? Like you just
I'd
buried
run right back there.
You just buried Mama.
Yeah.
Old Mama, she's gone. She's in the grave, and you snap a picture, and it's two old people just hanging out.
It's kind of like, what was that American, the painting with the guy in the pitchfork?
Oh God. Oh my God, that's scary.
Except he didn't have a pitchfork.
Oh, okay, good. That would be way scarier.
Yeah, they were just hanging out.
Oh my gosh, that's very strange.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So they do, I don't know, do you believe in ghosts?
Well, my thoughts, my belief system may be a little different than a lot of people, but I'm not as egomaniacal as to think that I know everything.
Right.
Because there's far more things I don't know than I do know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things I just don't have a clue about, I don't understand. And it's hard for me to be one of those emphatic people that say this does not exist or this does exist. I'm not one of those kind of people that's 100% in or 100% out.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of possibilities out there that we don't have anything to do with. I mean, we can say it doesn't exist. Well, hell, if it does exist, what me saying doesn't exist, what does that change things?
Right.
So the world is the world, the universe is the universe, and guess what? We're just riders on the ship.
That's true.
We're not the captain.
That's true.
So whatever it is that he set into force, or it, or she, or whatever set into force, that's just the way it is.
We're just kind of cruising along.
Yeah, and we're so caught up in our daily life, we get up and shower and coffee and rush off to work and,
we're
do
just
all
passing by
stuff.
all these ghost people just wanting to get their picture taken.
Could be. That's true. So I think that there's a lot more stuff out there than we know about.
So talking about kind of the area being sensitive or whatever. So my husband and I, we lived in a little downtown suburb of Atlanta, and it was right by a big train track, okay? And so everybody had weird stuff. We had some weird stuff happening in our basement. And
That was a leak.
well, maybe. Well, we had a paranormal team show up and knock on the door, and they wanted to do an investigation in our house. And we thought, ooh, that's awesome. And then we thought, oh my God, what if they find something and then we have to live here? Like, what if there's a demon downstairs and we have to live upstairs?
Yeah, they say, hey, Earl, look at this door. I wonder what's behind it. They open it up and out comes
It's like a
Satan,
spooky.
Yeah.
It's something really spooky. But, so you were saying that. So, and with the paranormal team dropping by our house, has a paranormal team ever shown up at one of your cemeteries and been like, hey, we want to do a investigation?
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. So
a
what do
lot.
you say? Are you like, no, that's not happening?
No, I say okay.
Really?
Yeah. I say okay.
I'm kind of surprised by that, Daddy.
It's got to be done respectfully.
Okay.
It needs to be done when nobody's there.
Okay.
Now, what's weird about this is they always want to do it at night. I mean, what do ghosts wake up at night? Are they nocturnal?
I don't know.
Like tree squirrels or flying squirrels or something? You know, I mean, aren't they there 24 hours?
Just hanging out.
If they're at 10:30 at night, aren't they there at 10:30 in the morning?
They're probably like, geez, I wish these people would hurry up. I'm exhausted. I need a nap.
10:30 in the morning at their ghost coffee shop.
Yeah.
Ghost Starbucks. But I don't know why they have to show up at night. So I say, no, look, this is the way it works. You come here at 7 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning. And if you want me to, I'll meet you there. And then you do your deal, and then we're done.
Okay.
Because I don't want Grandma over there changing flowers on Papa's grave, and they're seeing all these people running around with kind of weird equipment and all this stuff, you know.
Like crossing the sticks and stuff. I've seen that on the paranormal shows.
Yeah, they no, that's on Finding Water.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, that's on
maybe
Finding
that's
Water.
it.
Yeah. Now they a lot of times they'll call. You know, they won't just show up in Roger's van. You know, that's the only reason Roger's part of it, because he has a van. You know, and they got. I mean, these people, they've got unbelievable equipment.
Yeah.
You know, and they say, oh, this measures the ozone of the paranormal. Or, you know, they know what this thing's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And no telling how many thousands of dollars it costs. But these guys, they all have beards.
I like a good beard.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not good beards. They're kind of scraggly beards. But
they're like, we've been up all night hunting ghost beards.
Exactly. Those kind of beards
Yeah,
is what they have. And poor old Roger's over there eating a McMuffin or something. And but they're into it. You know?
Have they ever discovered anything in your cemetery, like given you reports back, or do you not really care?
Yeah, I don't really care. I mean, what am I going to do about it? You know, I mean, it's kind of like, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters, this is Danny at a cemetery. Keep them in. But, you know, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
If they say, well, your cemetery is just full of spooky stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So do I quit?
Have you ever?
I'm 64. I don't think anybody else would hire me, you know.
You're like, I'm good for a while.
Yeah. Could you make them unspooky till I'm 70? You know.
Oh, goodness. Well, have you ever had anything like physically appear in your cemeteries?
Appear
or something happen?
Yeah, well, I tell you, I've had a few cemeteries, and I don't know, this may be a common occurrence in the ghost business, but I have had a few cemeteries where markers will break right down the middle.
Really?
Yeah, and they haven't been hit by a mower, they haven't been run over by a tractor or anything like that. They just break. And I work almost exclusively in memorial parks, which are all perpetual care cemeteries. So by our charter, we replace them for free. We're talking about a 4-inch thick piece of granite.
Wow.
And split right down the middle. And somebody will come in and complain.
Yeah.
And so we change it out. And the next day it's split down the middle again.
You're kidding.
Now, sometimes we've had to change them 3-4 times.
Oh, that's
and
freaky.
And then for whatever reason...
Do you think it's like the ground settling or something, or no?
No, because in some sections they have been older. Okay, so the ground's real stable. And when we change a base out or something like that, we make sure that it's really packed down tight, you know, to where it's not going to shift and all this sort of stuff. We did one, the guy died like in 1929.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know, it would be interesting if I had thought about it at the time, but I was mad because I was having to pay for new granite and all this sort of stuff. But it would have been interesting if I'd have checked the birth date or the death date or the spouse's death date or something
Daddy,
like
that's
that.
freaky.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
But I was too angry to do that.
Yeah.
I was cussing mad.
Yeah.
Because I figured, it was like a family member or something.
Yeah.
But the guy, died in 1929. I don't think it was
It's
a
like
family
his
member.
92-year-old sister that's finally had enough.
Yeah. Mama always loved him best. But now that's happened. That has happened.
Okay, so I'm going to have bad dreams about ghost couples and children showing up in my pictures,
Well-
and then equally bad dreams about family members getting mad and breaking their stones.
Well, none of these things that have happened have hurt anybody.
Well, that's true. It just
we had
scares you.
I had a historic cemetery, and on numerous occasions, 5,
That's a lot.
had a couple of older ladies come in that was visiting the old section of the cemetery and came in. They stopped their car and came into the office because it was so meaningful to them that they wanted to tell us how much they appreciated the young man that we had working in the older section of the cemetery. He wore that old pork pie straw flat hat and a striped blazer and spats and everything, and he helped them find their grave, and he was very polite, very nice, talking to them and everything. And I would always say, man, we don't have anybody that works back there. We don't have somebody like that. And we jumped in the car and drove back to the old section. We couldn't find him. He wasn't there.
That's so creepy.
But it happened several times.
It also makes you wonder.
I never saw him.
It makes you wonder if it happened if those were just the ones that stopped and told you. Maybe he faked out like a whole bunch of people, and there's like people out there thinking, "Oh, what a nice place to have a costume party," or I don't know.
Yeah, right. It was odd, and historic cemeteries I think have more things happen like that than say newer cemeteries. Newer cemeteries do have events, I guess you could call it, of things of that nature, like maybe the granite breaking or the little girl in the fuzzy picture, or
those are all
something of that
scary.
kind of, yeah. Now, also, there's another one. There at the funeral home. My office is in a funeral home, and there was a funeral director that. He doesn't work there anymore, not because of this, but he swore that he saw 2 people walking through the wall.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, he swore that.
Stop it.
Yeah. Now, I don't get that. I don't get it because everybody has some sort of a system, a belief system, I guess. And I don't think when I die, my spirit's going to be in a cemetery or a funeral home.
Yeah.
My spirit's going to be in Barbados.
You're gonna hop a ghost plane to somewhere tropical and then hang out. I don't blame you. I like
the
that.
Cartoons of the Phantom. He had that ghost plane.
No.
No, it's a long time ago. But anyway.
So they walk through the wall.
Yeah. That's what he said.
In the funeral home at the office you're at now?
Yes.
I go there like all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
that's very
he's the only
creepy.
one that says it. He said it. Now.
Did y'all just rag him so bad he quit?
No. I think he got a better offer. I don't know. But we did rag him.
Yeah.
That's one thing you can count on.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's an older gentleman that lives upstairs. He's been there for 35 years. He's like 80 years old. He's the coroner for the county. And he's lived at the funeral home for 35 years, I guess. And he's doesn't seem to be spooked.
No.
But if he hears something, he grabs his pistol and he walks down through the funeral home, because he is a little nervous.
Yeah, he probably is more thinking break-ins.
Yeah.
People trying to do their own investigations.
Yeah, because a ghost wouldn't.
I've had a couple of cocktails, and me and my friends have been like, we should go to a cemetery
Well, you're the one. You're the one that did that. I was wondering.
Well, guys, I hope that answers your spooky questions. And we have a really funny story. This is one of my all-time favorites about a spooky scenario that we will talk about right after this. And we're going to tell you guys our big news we're super excited about.
I am. I know that.
Yeah, so hang on and we'll be right back. Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet is a comedy podcast featuring brother and sister duo Alex and Christina as they recap dramatic readings of one-star reviews written by real people with not-so-real problems. Whether it's a bar's no throw-up policy, a barista who's just too friendly, or a school psychologist's fashion sense, prepare for equal amounts of laughter and eye-rolling. Listen to Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, or any of your favorite podcast apps. You can also find them on all social media platforms at Beach Too Sandy. Well, welcome back.
It's good to be back.
So, keeping with the spooky theme, I love this story. It is one of yeah. It's what happens when you get scared in the cemetery. So this is the perfect example.
Well, we built a community mausoleum, and it was like, I don't know, it's 180 crypts or something. It was a nice size mausoleum. For a smaller cemetery, and we wanted to paint the interior of all the crypts white, like a sealant, and so
why do you to keep them from dripping on each other through it? Or is that what you do?
Yeah.
Ew, that's gross.
Just in case.
Ew.
Just in case.
Okay.
Actually, never mind. So we hired this painter. And it was an older fellow, and he had his two sons that were working with him.
Okay.
And you could tell that Dad was a little uncomfortable.
That doesn't sound like my ideal paint job.
Well, especially because you had to climb into the crypt and paint the crypt and lay on your back and roller the ceiling of the crypt.
Like you're painting your own coffin.
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
basically.
Dear God, that makes me throw up.
You paint your way out, and then go to the next one. And he was complaining to his
the
sons.
dad?
Yeah, the dad was complaining to his sons. He just didn't like it at all.
I don't blame him.
What happened was one of the sons went around and got in the crypt that was directly behind the crypt he was working in. And there's a common concrete wall. Okay. So he started tapping on that wall with a hammer. And tip, 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 tip. And then he started hitting it hard. Bang, bang, bang.
Oh, my God.
And, well, it scared the hell out of Daddy. And he jumped up. Well, he's in a concrete box. He jumped up and he busted his head. And then he was running almost backwards, crab crawling.
Oh, my God.
And skin his hands and his knees and his elbows, skin him all up. And he got out of there. And he told the sons, he said, we got to go home. And they said, Dad, I'm sorry, we can finish. He said, no, I've pooped my pants.
Oh, my God.
So he pooped his pants, and they had to go home and change. They never came back.
Yeah, they didn't come back. They were like, it is not worth the money.
Yeah. We had to hire somebody else.
I was going to say, you would have, that's like the most claustrophobic.
Oh, it had to be.
Like panic-inducing
That's
scenario I can think of. Oh, hell no. I'll do a lot of stuff, but I ain't doing that. I don't care how much you pay me.
On my list of things that I ain't doing, that I ain't doing.
Yeah, that I ain't doing either. Well, guys, we gave you a little bit of spooky and a little bit of fun spooky with what happens at the cemetery if you get too scared.
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody's out there pooping their pants at the cemetery.
Yeah, really.
That's embarrassing. But we have some fun, exciting news.
Yes.
So we have an agent.
Wow.
Doesn't that sound fancy?
Yeah, Tom Cruise has an agent.
I know.
We have an agent too.
Us too. So, but we're really excited. So we're working with a new agent. They're doing all sorts of really cool stuff for us.
We're excited.
So we are having a new website designed, which is going to be amazing. And there's some really great ways that you can support the show. Historically, we haven't really done much with the fundraising.
No, we haven't.
No, we've had a couple of our listeners donate and give us some awesome stuff. But this time we are doing Patreon, and we are doing it, we think, in a really cool way. There's several different levels out there. And so what you can do is go out to Patreon, go to our website, click on our Patreon link, or find us on Patreon. And Patreon?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
But
it's
you guys know
head.
what we're talking about.
Yeah. If you know how to find our podcast, you know what we're talking about.
Exactly. But you can go out there, and there are some really cool things that you can get for just a couple of dollars a month to support this show. So if you like us, feel free, go out there, take a look. It might be something that you're interested in. We even have a really cool opportunity for folks to do Skype cocktail parties with us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like cocktail parties.
So if you want to have a one-on-one session with me and Mr. Danny, and we'll have a cocktail with you over the telephone, and you can ask us all the questions you want to ask.
Unfortunately, at my age, I haven't been Skyped in a long time.
Oh, God. Ew. Yuck. I don't know what you're talking about, but this is a video on the computer.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Oh, ew. Note to self, people, we will have our clothes on. Do not get worried about creepy Mr. Danny. But they're coming up with some really great ways to help grow our show, and that's just one of them.
And if you're real, real rich, you could send us $1 million or something.
Oh, well, I don't even want to know what you'd do for that.
It has to do with Skype.
Well, guys, so getting the website up and going, it's going to have an all brand new look. We are helping to do the Patreon stuff. We're also, future episodes, we are bringing on some of our friends.
Yes.
We're bringing on death care, some of our friends in the death care industry.
Guest stars,
because Mr. Danny has great stories. But our friends have some really great stories, too.
I have friends that have been in it for 60 years. I've got friends that have been in it 50 years.
Yeah.
I've got friends that have been in it all their lives.
Yeah.
And you can imagine, I've just been in it a short time, about 40 years. And you can imagine what their stories are like.
Exactly. So this season is going to be packed with all sorts of exciting stuff. And we would really, really love your support by at least telling your friends. So if you don't mind, when you have this episode, rate us, review us on your favorite podcast platform, and then tell your friends, share us on social media, tag us. We really want to grow, and we can't do it without our awesome listeners.
That's
and we're
right.
growing so quickly.
Hey, we're doing our job now that we're back from vacation.
Yeah.
We expect you guys to do your job. I hope you're back from vacation.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we can't wait. We're super excited. There's some other really cool stuff that's in the works that we're not supposed to talk about quite yet.
Or our agent will get upset.
That's right. So we have really cool stuff. So be sure to listen in, subscribe, tell your friends, because Caskets and Cocktails will be the last ones to let you down. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast just like we did over here at Caskets and Cocktails? You can do it yourself. Go to anchor.com. It's free, it's easy, it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. You can record and edit. They'll distribute your podcast everywhere. You can make money from your podcast. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.